friends, so we are out here today in Strasbourg, Pennsylvania, not far outside Lancaster and Hershey and those kind of places.
Harrisburg.
Harrisburg, yeah. Harrisburg's actually the capital of Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
We didn't know that. We've come out to the Amish Village here because we want to see what this is all about, what the Amish way of life is and the Mennonites' way of life is. Two distinctions, we'll probably find that out today on our bus tour. Amish are very strict in their lack of technology and shying away from modern day. Mennonites are a little bit more accepting of future thinking and technology. So we'll probably find that out on the tour in just a second. We've booked a package for this. So what we'll do is jump on the bus tour first. That'll give us a tour of the area and some of their land and stuff like that, right? Mm-hmm. And then we'll come back to the Amish village itself, and this is like a living museum of sorts, isn't it? So yeah, we'll come around and give you a tour of some of the sights and sounds of the local area. If you enjoyed the video throughout, give us a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. It really helps us out so much. But let's go and check out the Amish way of life. Okay, so there are a few different packages that you can have as part of this. You can book things individually, or you can book like a premium package or something. We have booked the premium package, which comes with a bus tour. They gave us a little sticker. Mine's hidden actually by my thing. Right?
Mine's on full shine.
And so what we need to do is get on the bus, we'll do the bus tour, and then we'll come back and give you a tour of the full resort complex after the fact. So we're going to do the bus tour first, just parked right outside here. 10 a.m, 12 p.m, 2 p.m, and 4 p.m. for the bus tours. All right, here we go. So we've got a bus tour. We're going to see some of the farmland and then cultivating the farmland. We're going to get the opportunity to go to an Amish market as well. And I'm keeping my fingers crossed that whilst it's still Amish, they may accept card because they do want our money. We'll see what happens, because I do want to like get some traditional. It'll be fresh, right? It'll be fresh produce.
The Amish still speak German. Here it's called Pennsylvania Dutch. They take the rules they live from the Holy Christian Bible. The Old Testament would be the order in which they live. The words plain and fancy have meaning. Plain would be their spiritual world, and fancy would be the material world. They all have their nice gardens and their lawns, mostly worked and managed by the women. The women are quite busy, having 6 children, making their clothing, washing, cleaning, cooking, baking. Over the winter, it went dormant when it was really. Now what's he pulling?
I'm gonna see something now.
Is it fertilizer?
Could be. I'll tell you what he's pulling. That's a sophisticated piece of machinery there. That's a planter.
So we got the opportunity here to come to a little market that is run by an Amish family. So we can look at some of the produce, some of the flowers and things like that they have they've grown. I think Becky's in here. What have you found? A magnet, of course.
They do take card.
But we've got like honey, we got syrups, we got jams and all of these things.
The jams are mostly over there, I think.
So I'm definitely going to be getting some of these, but I'm going to get off of this and be a little bit more respectful because of the nature of where we are.
That's the battery that they charge with the solar panel.
So after a bus tour around the surrounding village, we've now actually got a house tour, an Amish house tour, so they'll show us how they would live, and then we can come onto the grounds and show you some of that as well. Okay, so we've just finished our tour of the house. We weren't allowed to record in there or anything, but we've taken a few pictures. We've got a chicken here.
Let me just get a little. Ooh, no, that girl's just gone up to the chicken. You should not do that.
Becky doesn't like birds, so. So now we're taking a tour of the outdoor facilities. So here we've got the spring house, the milk house. In the founding years of Pennsylvania Dutch country, an important factor in choosing land for a farm was the availability of an abundant, never-failing flow of water.
What did you find?
This is the spring house or the milk house, and it was like the never-ending source of water, so like a spring or a well.
Why would it be called a milk house then?
I don't know, maybe they make cream separator?
Oh, a cream
They do that in here
separator.
because it's cool from the water, maybe? Okay, and then we got the German bank barn here. The barn is built into the side of the hill so they can have easy access to the second floor. The first floor is for animals and the second floor is for storing crops. And Becky is obviously over here with the animals. So we've got a miniature horse here.
Hey, baby.
Oh, he's a little toasty boy.
I think they're done with all the tourists for the day.
Yeah, probably. We're here quite late in the day, actually. So this one is Sage. This one's Jakey. The rooster is Jakey. And then this is Frizz, the miniature horse. Peppercorn and Nutmeg.
Hi, little ponies.
And then lots of chickens
So many
around.
chickens everywhere.
They're just out and about.
Bubba and Donkey. Which one do you think Donkey is?
I don't know. This one, because he's original.
Hey!
Oh, look.
There's my little treasure. Yeah. No, I don't have snacks. Oh, he knows I don't have snacks.
Right.
I was done with my crepe.
So one of the things they will do is they will grow tobacco. And this will be, they'll sell this to like manufacturers and stuff. Gives them, oh, we got a pop out cake. It gives them an additional source of income. So I wonder if their like their income has decreased with the rise of vape and e-cigarettes and things like that.
Scratchity. You only like a tin scoop.
So whilst Becky is feeding,
Look. I love the lip.
so whilst Becky is tending to the mule here, we'll give you a few facts here on the horses that the Amish use. So it says most Amish families have 1 or 2 drive-in horses, and if they live on a farm, they have 6 to 8 draft horses or mules for the field work. The drive-in horses are often retired trotters or pacers from the racetrack. The standard bred or sometimes Morgan horses are usually bought at auction, and the draft house horses are usually Belgians or Percherons. Teams of 2 to 8 pull the farm equipment.
Ooh, ooh, a sniffity sniff. Yeah. Molly loves a sniffity sniff, don't you, Mousy? Yeah.
This is exactly what Becky is like with every animal that we find, particularly horses, actually.
Apart from birds.
Apart from birds, yeah. All right, let's continue on. This one's Mr. Ed. He's
just gonna
had
say
an
hi to
infection
Mr.
around
Ed,
his
baby,
eyes,
okay?
so we're not going to interact with him too much
Hi.
because of the infection
What does it say?
around his eyes.
Don't touch him. Cow!
So next up we've got Dolly, who is a mini Highland
oh my
cow.
Gosh, Minnie! You're in the mini moo. Hello. Hello, little mini moo. That is so flippin' cute. Oh. Dolly! Dolly! Dolly, Dolly! Oh! Oh no!
So that was Dolly, the miniature Highland cow. You've got goats here. You've got lots of chickens here as well. You got peacocks.
They have peacocks.
They have many different kind of birds.
Because
Chicken
they
are the
make a
most
loud
common.
screaming noise like a watchdog.
Ah, okay, interesting. So they use them as watchdogs, basically. You can, of course, get some feed here as well. It's 25 cents for a little handful of feed from here.
This goat wants to say hi to me quickly.
Well, this one down here, because he's
Yeah.
closest to the fence.
Hi. Hi, baby.
She really does love goats.
This goat doesn't love me.
No, not at all.
It's like so done with my BS.
All right, so one of the things that we found out on our tour is that the reason they cover the bridges like this is to protect the wood from the bridges from like warping or
Look who's
rotting
turned
from
up.
the water, from the
Look
rain.
who's turned up. It's Goaty McGoatface.
Becky's not going to be here too long because there's a chicken down here to the left.
Shoo him away, baby.
You're going to
Shoo him
shout at
away.
me if I shoo him.
No, this guy. This guy's going to shoo him.
Okay, I'll get rid of this guy.
Oh, you look at your chinny chin.
Go on, see you later.
chins.
Good boy.
Gorgeous chinny
Right.
chins.
Now
Ooh,
Becky's
little
content
boy.
because there's a goat.
Yeah. But I like the way his chins are. Look at his chin. It's definitely been hairbrushed today.
Yeah. All right,
There's
so
actually not that much more to see.
they've got like a little stream going through here as well. Like we said before, they always build where there's an abundance of water, so they've got continual flow. They've got a little mill here as well. So that I'm assuming they can use that as kind of a generator or something similar like that. They do also have a turbine on the property. So part of the idea of it is that you're not hooked up to the outside world. So they do still allow electricity and things like that if it's generated on property. So you can have a turbine like this, or you can have a solar panel or something. All right, so as we keep going around, we see examples of the crops that they would have had. Now, what we were being told on the tour is that times are changing, and they used to do a lot of these crops to feed the cows, and they'd then sell the milk from the cows. But as time's moving on and times are changing, there's a lot less use of dairy products nowadays. So the farmers are moving into planting soybeans and things like that as the world transitions into plant-based. So they will use like chickens to obviously make food and make eggs and things like that.
Hey!
But they're not really
Ooh.
like using the cows to milk in the same way as they did before because of the world's slow transition to plant-based products.
Hi, Freddie. Hi, Freddie.
She found another cow, so of course. Here we got some examples of the carriages that the Amish would be using. How much did they say these were, Bex?
8 to 11,000.
$8,000 to $11,000, and some of them would be fitted with lights and things like that, so they can take them around in the evening. They've got blinkers, and that would be battery powered.
This
of
is
course.
a much more basic one.
Oh, that's a more
It
basic
doesn't have
one.
a windscreen.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, that's not enclosed, whereas this one is. So basically they were saying, like, as it gets more and more fancy, air quotes on fancy, that's when the price of them goes up. So if they had lights, if they have a windscreen, those would be more expensive. So Becky's just gonna go and jump in to this Amish carriage. It's got a brake there and everything, actually.
What's this? Oh, that's
That's a step to get in. You don't normally have these
I'm
wooden steps
scared.
to get in. Why are you scared? What's... How do you feel? Right, take your reins. Yep. Although, as a female, you would not be
Yeah.
driving it most of the time.
Yeah.
If I'm here,
No,
I
if
am the
you're
one
here, I
driving
think
it.
not, but that's the same as normal.
Yeah. Well, that's true, yeah. Okay, so yeah, you'd hook the horse up, you'd hook a single horse up. You've got this here to...
I think this is the windscreen, isn't
This is
it?
the windscreen, do you think? Well, I thought this would be to catch the
That's
poo,
the
but
poo
it doesn't
catcher.
doesn't make sense for it to be the poo catcher because,
Yeah, I don't think they're really worried about catching the poo.
no, we saw a lot of poo out and about.
We did.
But yeah, that's their way of transport. They don't have cars. The Amish don't have cars. The Mennonites can drive vehicles because they are more integrated with everyday society. So this particular trailer here, like, it's got suspension and everything. It's got a proper bench seat. It's got place for your milk pails. Like, you get in that, like, it's difficult because, you know, I'm not getting in it. But this whole suspension arm moves and everything. It's really pretty incredible. Becky's heading into the schoolhouse now. And they would only do years 1 through 8. They wouldn't be going to like high school or anything like that, because legally speaking, all they have to do is go through 180 days per year and up to the age of, was it 15? I think they said. So they'll do basic.
8th grade.
They'll do basic stuff. So they'll do maths.
Oh
they'll
yeah,
do
and
English.
Don't forget, their teacher is only 17 to 21 years old.
Oh yeah, that's true. So the teacher's not very old at all.
Because they can't be doing it when they've been married. They've got better stuff to be doing.
No, and then they start doing adult things when they get to the age of 21.
Some of it's really old, and some of it's really like just normal. Like the benches and stuff are really old school, but these posters are the same thing that we would have had.
Yeah.
I mean, that is maybe old school because it's like older.
All right, so also here, then we've got some of the farm equipment that they'd be using. One thing that we were told on the tour is that they would sometimes buy some of the farm equipment from like a local manufacturer or whatever, and then it will be converted down to not work on electricity. So you'd have something like this would be 2 or 3 times the size, and then they make a smaller version for the local Amish team, that's not the right word, the local Amish community. It's better. Becky's here in the blacksmith's shop.
The black in blacksmith comes from black metal, an old way of saying iron.
A smith is a person who works with the metal, so a blacksmith is a person who makes or fixes iron objects by heating them and then hammering them on an anvil.
An anvil is a heavy block of iron or steel with a smooth flat top.
This is quite cool. This is a very intense horse and cart here. You've got more farm equipment. Blacksmith tools, tobacco baling box over there as well. Tobacco cutters that are used to harvest tobacco in the fall of the year, so the autumn.
Oh look, you can buy a horseshoe.
Yeah, this is incredible. $5 for a horseshoe, that's not bad. Although, to be fair, they've used these horseshoes and they're probably like, well, we're not going to do anything else with them.
Fair.
So
But they have to put the effort into like paint them and seal them and stuff.
Yeah.
And they're lucky. Supposed to be lucky to have a horseshoe.
And the amazing thing is this is
it's
an
like an
honour
honesty
system.
Honesty box.
That's good. And we don't have $5, we don't have any cash.
No,
So
that is a shame though.
yeah, you got all these tools. This is a daisy corn planter that would have been used from 1908 to 1920. This is a horse-drawn potato plough. This is a Weird plough company from a Weird plough company. It's good that they've got them all like labelled up. So this is a corn sheller. You got horse yoke collars. You got horse-drawn 2-way flip plough. You've got a grain cleaner, and obviously I told you about the tobacco box already. So as we move through, we're nearly actually at the end of the property now.
What's that red one at the end? The something store.
The market.
Village store.
The village store. You've got the marketplace here. Now this will be selling, as it says, old-time candies, Amish jellies and jams, cold drinks, Amish pickles and relishes, coffees and teas. So this is similar to the one we saw in the middle of the tour. Did you want to go in, Becky?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay. So you see some of the
Fudge
stuff that's available. Syrups, barbecue sauces, fudge, toffees and bark, things like that. You've
What
got
is bark?
popcorn.
We've seen a few bark.
We
in a
have
few
seen bark
places.
quite a few places, yeah. Peanut brittle. You've got Amish-made peanut butter there, which is absolutely incredible, and I'm very tempted to buy it. You've got sauces, dressings available, jams.
Peanut butter marshmallow spread.
Interesting. But this is the thing, right? They've got their own little companies that they're using, right? Like, to do this. Microwave popcorn. corn on the cob. You can get all your pickled vegetables as well.
They've got butterscotch peanut butter, white chocolate peanut butter.
My goodness. It's very tempting, I'm not gonna lie. I love peanut butter, guys.
Well, they've got little ones, peanut butter brownie.
See, the problem if I get a little one, then I'm gonna be like,
I really liked that. I wish I had.
I can't get any
more.
again, yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't think they're gonna be selling this online, right? And then you can buy loads of drinks here as well. More bits and pieces, and then you've got crafts and stuff down the end. Problem is, when we come to these types of things, is we end up with bags and bags of
That
goods.
is literally the second bag.
It's the second bag that we bought today. The village store. Becky's going into the village store. You've got another horse and cart there, or another cart, sorry. Let's see what Becky's got in the store. I think it's like crafts and textile goods and things like that, as opposed to the chutneys and the jams. We can't end up with like 3 bags of goods.
We can put it in that bag.
That's not how this works. Christmas decorations.
Trust me, boy.
You've got mugs, you've got magnets, you've got all of this craft goods. Calendars, paintings, beautiful paintings. This is really interesting. They've got cookbooks, Amish community cookbooks. Give us this day our daily bread. Farmhouse kitchen. Oh, you're not supposed to wear a straw hat.
No, it doesn't fit on my head either because of my bun. You're supposed to wear it. Oh, actually. Oh, you could pull off Amish.
Kind of suits me in a way. So just showing you the covered bridge here again. This is what I was explaining. Why is the bridge covered? It rots quickly when exposed to the weather. If it's exposed, it'll be 15 to 20 years, but a covered bridge should last 100 or more years. Very interesting. And then once again, you've got a little stream and the ducks here as well. Amish vending machines. You've got one final cart here. The Amish church wagon. The benches used for Sunday service make their way around the district courtesy of a large wagon like this one used to transport benches from one location to the next. And what we were hearing on the tour of the house, which is the main headquarters here in front of us, is that a family will host the Sunday service and it will be every other week. And then they'll be expected to cook for everybody in the community that attends their church service.
Which is about 100 people. And they also have all their church services on the second floor, and they have a garage door on the second floor, so they pump this up to get to the second floor and then wheel it in.
It's incredible.
So cool.
Really, really, really smart. And then you've got the Amish phone sanctuary. Buildings that resemble outhouses sitting near an Amish house or in a field are actually telephone booths shared by neighbours, because they still need a telephone to communicate, but that was their wire to the outside world, which they didn't want to...
And they also have scooter, because a scooter is not as worldly because it doesn't have a chain.
It doesn't have a chain, yeah.
A bike has a chain. Oh, it's got some conveniences inside. Some sellotape.
Nice. It's their little outhouse.
Oh, it's got little times on it. I wonder if they do like a little talk here or something.
Interesting. Cool. And then that's exit through the car park. All right, so that's the end of our tour of the Amish Village here in Lancaster. What do you think?
I thought it was the best activity we've done so far on this holiday.
Really?
I absolutely loved it. I thought it was so informative, really, really interesting, cultural, bit of local producers to buy, bit of animals to stroke, Molly the horse,
Yep.
the mule. I think it was absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it was really, really, really cool. It was good to get a peek behind the curtain at what the Amish community and the Mennonite community was about, basically, because we knew that they were not like into electric and stuff like that, but we didn't know like the differences really. We'd kind of Googled it
And
just
the limits
before.
as well. The limits of that, what they really
What they
accept
can and can't do.
won't is something that I did not know and wasn't expecting to really be like it is.
Yeah, and it's also interesting like hearing things like the stuff about the community, the schools, the doctors, and how they basically crowdfund their medical care if they need proper medical care. So if somebody goes and like, you know, has a stroke or something, and they'll go to a real hospital,
Yeah.
they'll pay for it outright, basically cash, but that cash will be crowdfunded by the local community, and they'll have people that, like, you know, people in the community that have got more money, so they'll be expected to pay more towards it. You know, so if Becky and I had like 10 grand spare, we'd be expected to give over like £1,000, whereas somebody that had £1,000 spare would just be expected to give over 100, right? Like, that's how it works, and it's really like, it's a really tight-knit community. And I suppose it has to be a tight-knit community because there's not many of them,
Yeah.
right? Like, so they're all like,
And you don't have any access to outside things that usually you would depend on, like the internet or electric or
you can't just go and start a GoFundMe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
great. I thought that was really good. I really enjoyed it. I would recommend, like, if you're out this area.
There is
Like-
also one down the road called the Amish Farm. I don't know if you saw that on
did
the way
not,
in,
no.
but I don't know what that will be like. But yeah,
It's a similar nature to
I
this.
think so.
Okay.
Yeah, because they've got buses and stuff there as well.
Yeah, and I mean, this is probably how they make a lot of their money as well, because they are selling their local produce.
They've
probably
got
get
3 shops on site here with local produce.
They probably get kickbacks from this as well to a degree, you know, because you have got people that are taking cameras into their faces, and it's got to be very weird for them.
It did feel earlier on you described it as a human zoo, and when we were driving around, it was cool to take like shots of the houses and shots of them working on the land. But there was like a moment where we pulled up alongside 2 Amish men that were working,
And I felt really
and it was
uncomfortable.
really weird. Yeah.
And and at that point, I put the camera away.
Yeah.
It was as simple as that.
But it is, there's a fine line, isn't there?
Yeah, because they don't use this technology, you know.
No.
They know what it is. They're not
Yeah.
stupid, right?
yeah.
But they don't use it. So to put the technology in their face and like wave it around, you know, it's akin to, you know, putting a steak in front of a vegetarian. It's just something you don't do, right? Through principle. But yeah, what a cool experience. What a unique experience as well. There's nothing like this in the UK. You might get it in like Switzerland or Holland or something with the remnants of the Amish communities there, but a lot of them moved over here. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed that and taken a peek behind the curtain of the Amish community. If you have enjoyed the video, give us a thumbs up. Do appreciate it. It helps us out so much. And also come out here as well and experience it for yourself if you do want to do that. If you've enjoyed it, like I say, thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, bell icon to be notified when we post all new videos. We'll see you on the other side.
Thanks.
Thanks.